you all to webinar on ecological environmental dimension of urban. This is an ongoing effort to consolidate the resilience understanding in Indian context. Today's lecture is an attempt to articulate the triad relationship for better understanding of urban. Word ecology, environment, and urban design require to be defined on a philosophical note before we talk about their sphere of influence and its relationship to the city. The word ecology means the existential relation with several things around us. Means establishment of ecosystem. Means that what I produce, what I consume, and what I leave behind is a balance between these two aspects of our survival. If we do not have balance, it means that we have invited vulnerabilities of different kind. The word environment is actually everything that around us which exists naturally. If production and consumption pattern disturbs that exist around us, natural form means we are also inviting vulnerabilities. The word urban design means creation of form for urban setting. Urban setting means establishing relation among buildings, people, nature, customs, belief, economy, aspiration, desire, and everyday life. The cordiality of all the factors establishes the ecosystem of well-being, and one has to strive to restore that ecosystem. It really does not matter which aspect supersedes and which aspect does. The question of urban form is an emergence of place for people living in harmony with nature, social and cultural dimension of the city. You can reframe the sentence in whichever way. The question of well-being or quality of life is embedded within it. So the word ecological theory brings the study of inherent meaning in a way in which we establish the relation, sense of balance, so that ecosystem is sustained, production, consumption, and recycle. Environmental conditions articulates the peculiar characteristics that brings about the embedded conditions. The relationship of ecosystem and embedded conditions are embedded in the question of urban form. Every cities have identifiable character that are embedded within deeper sense of historicity. This sense of rootedness comes about by deeper relation with ecology, environment, and urban form. This sense, it enables us to understand the urban form through its inherent relationship, rather than urban form which is merely a constituent of its artifacts, that is buildings. Such inherent relation, tangible as well as intangible, depend on the nature of relationship that its constituent has engaged with. But it is important to unravel them and represent them so that it brings out the nature of urban form in context with how urban form has exploited the natural resources, how it has conserved it, or how it has been released for regeneration, how it has reorganized in the process of regeneration. Such inherent relations are also necessitated so that it finds embeddedness within socio-economic situation and are culturally accepted norms, which in turn enables the sphere of public realm operational in a unique way. I think most of the historic cities in India have public realm very unique. ecology, environment, and urban form of historic towns yields urban phenomena and make the case for research and investigation. Brings about form, character, network, and interdependency. Perhaps these are the most important indexes for livability or a quality of life that we often talk about in our contemporary urban paradigm. The question of resilience, cultural ecology, or environment or urban form are perhaps important points when one brings about urban regeneration process. Now we talk about vulnerability to such quality of urban form. How do we define vulnerability? Where do they come from? What do they do to our cities or our everyday life? The threat that exists are to make cities part of a social network, making all cities culturally homogeneous, where ecology, environment, and urban form are subjected to same risk. It means cities are going to be homogeneous for coming years. If you look at cities around India, they are all different, unique, and are threatened by such homogenization process. They will iron out the fine cultural mosaic and perhaps make them beyond identifiable. Recently, we have studied 4 cities: Jodhpur, Jaipur, Jabalpur, and Ahmedabad for our resilience studio, and this study reveals its unique characteristics. It's not just the physical attributes, but how culturally they are different from each other. For example, if we take Jaipur city, unique city with very distinct historic character. One begins to dissect the anatomical structure, reveals deep and inherent relationship of ecology, environment, and urban form. In order to perform such tasks, one has to begin with natural resources or historic mechanism that has been operationalized. Jaipur is a classic example where issue of bringing water into the system, water into the city. How do we make and shape urban form with unique geographical qualities? If we simply look at basic urban design analytical drawings, land use and open spaces, one finds a very unique relationship of public realm and its natural resources. How they have entangled that into a kind of a large public realm and making a city a unique experience. The second layer, the historicity. It combines natural resources, public realm, and historic buildings, what we call it civic architecture, so as to form a unique urban experience of public architecture in the city. And these public buildings, historic buildings, are also uniquely placed with the environmental and ecological systems, so that it brings about relationship of space and place. Now, this is what exactly the city establishes its character. Designate the space, people appropriate the place. Its institutional structure. The institution structure reveals second layer of cultural ecosystem. This is a very important aspect, cultural ecosystem, because city needs that ecosystem of culture surviving for generation, transforming, making meaning out of it. The study of institution is very important step to locate the third layer of ecosystem in the city. And if you look at the color codes, they are actually various institutions. They are located in different parts of the cities, And this color codes also defines the nature of community that are engaged with. Urban form of livelihood also defines the embedded conditions of community, institutions, and its relationship with the entire city. So what you see, different color codes are different bazaars, different community engaging with different livelihood. That makes a very interesting ecosystem of livelihood, community living, and the city at large. Entire unraveling process of ecosystem elucidates the principle of spatial practices by community. Its very transforming nature of fabric also reveals codes and norms defined by the cultural ecosystem. So the established ecosystem of social and cultural norms defines the way in which fabrics are constructed, reconstructed, and allowing it to be a part of the large urban fabric. This is another example of small cluster where you can see architectural types. Some of them are historic, some of them are contemporary, but there is a sense of uniqueness. The ecosystem defines the way in which you construct, reconstruct the architectural type, reinvent new type, but still has that groundedness, still has that characteristics of its meaning, of its form, of its utility. That makes a very interesting relationship with the overall urban form. Last slide attempts to articulate the case for contextual practices within global and local settings. There are two processes that determines the urban transformation in recent times. One is a global process, which we are all part of. There are contextual process where our cities have historic characteristics. It shows how global processes have enabled the formation of implicit spaces, virtual spaces for global interaction, while practices that negotiates ecology, environment, or environment and urban form, or urban form and ecology, produces meaningful public realm. They are explicit spaces. If resilience is about adaptability of ecology, environment, and urban form or transformation, and sustainability is about priority. We, as an urban designer, exercise towards appropriate direction. The ecosystem that appropriates environmental condition for regeneration of urban form has not only relevance but also enable us to mitigate vulnerability. Thank you.